Hi guys, welcome to Full Time Devils. We are back with another podcast. Today I have got Gaz in the building. It's exciting, isn't it? We've got Jay and we've got Abdullah. Sorry to cut you off there, Gaz.
I've never done a podcast before. Done plenty of radio shows, never a podcast.
This is your debut.
What's the
first
difference?
Ever podcast.
Pretty much a radio show. It's basically the things that killed radio, isn't it, Gaz? Podcast.
Ooh. It's a very good point, actually. Is this the reason I'm not getting any work anymore? It's this.
You're on the dark side, Gaz. You have some explaining to do to your bosses.
YouTube knobheads.
Gaz is the kind of guy that should have a podcast. I've told you for so long, Gaz, you should have a podcast.
It's just right, the effort of making it, and then you've got a load of mates. Say you get a load of mates round. What if it's shit?
It's like...
What if it's shit? What if you do it and no one listens?
I have a podcast.
Yeah.
Statman Dave has a podcast. I guess Steve has a podcast. The one with talent has no podcast.
I just don't think that anyone gives a shit about what I have to talk about unless we're talking about footy like we're
No,
doing
but
today.
the thing is, the whole point of podcasts is that you're just talking shit. Like, there's loads of ones where you just get together with
Isn't
your
that the
mates
whole
and
point of Full Time
I'd
Devils?
have to get drunk.
Yeah, but like about football, we make up things about football. But yeah, we just talk
Certainly
shit.
is now.
Yeah.
I'd have to get intoxicated in some way.
Have you brought anything with you to get
Get a
intoxicated?
podcast out there.
Not today.
Give the people what they
next
want.
time. I'm driving.
Well, you don't need Gaz's podcast because he's going to be on our podcast, the
Yeah.
Full Time Devils podcast. And you can find us on Spotify, SoundCloud, and you can't find us on iTunes yet because they keep rejecting the submission I make. I don't get it.
I think it's because it's you making it, mate. I'll give it a go tonight.
Listen to it.
We'll pass it on to someone that's got sense. iTunes saw Andy Tate in the title. Come on, for God's sake, no.
Forget that's
Not
not
that.
After the app.
We were considering getting Andy Tate to record us some jingles at work, you know.
Oh.
Listen, don't be stealing our talent, yeah?
Well, I can already steal all your content, so I might as well start stealing your talent as well.
What content have you nicked for?
We've basically. Do you remember that last video where I randomly said the word Stegosaurus just out of nowhere? I think I said like Chris Smalling has got the diet of a Stegosaurus. That's because we have a game at work where we see which words I can get into Full Time Devils videos. So if you're ever watching a Full Time Devils video and you hear me say something mental, which let's face it, most videos, it's because I've been dared to do it.
So when people are coming on for in-depth football analysis,
Yes. I mean,
Gaz is just chucking words of
if you want-
Stegosaurus at you.
If this is the channel for in-depth football analysis, why am I even here? I'm just a football fan, mate.
You're not advertising
Just
the
a
channel
football
too
fan.
well,
I'm not a
mate.
pundit. I'm not a pundit, though. That's it, innit?
I loved that the other day. We had a comment saying on a Wes Brown video saying, "Can you just speak to fans, please?"
I mean, it could
It's
be
like-
better
I
speaking
mean-
to a fan and the next player,
Yeah.
you know? You get a bit of both. But yeah, just speak to fans.
And he's a Manchester United fan.
I want to listen to the guy, you know what I mean? He bumps into outside
I remember in the
That's
day.
another good point. He is a Manchester United
Yeah,
fan.
exactly.
Just
You
because he
get both.
played for us doesn't make him not.
And I love the fact that when we were scraping the barrel and could never get a Manchester United player on a video, it was, why don't you do player videos?
Shockey and Tomo went away. He went to Norway and he met this City fan. And he was going on about United fans aren't dedicated. And Tomo pointed at Shockey and went, he never missed a game. He didn't miss a game, United game for 9 years. And he went, that's a load of bollocks. You know where you didn't miss a United game for 9 years. And someone said, it's Brian McKola, mate. And he was like, I was a massive fan of you. Backtracking.
I love that. I love that. He
That's
scored.
Some shit I do, though. That's the shit I do.
He scored 30 goals in one season one year. Or was it more than
Yeah,
once?
no, he did. He was the first player since George Best to score over 20 goals in a season.
And since then, we've only had Van Nistelrooy, Ronaldo,
Van Persie.
Rooney, and Van Persie do it.
Yeah.
Nah, someone recently did it.
Nah, they came close.
Zlatan and Lukaku came
York
close.
got
They got
29,
28, 29.
York and Cole both got 29 that year.
yeah.
Or was it 26?
26.
They got
What-
26 that year.
Right.
What's the one that I found out recently that this is the first time since, I think it's 99, maybe earlier than
I
that,
know
that
the
4
stat. Yeah, you
United
say it.
players have scored
Yeah,
10 or
over
more
10
goals in a
League
season.
in the league.
In the league this
I think
in
it
the
was
league.
since
96, isn't it?
96.
96 it might be, yeah.
Gaz has turned into Statman Dave.
I just heard it
See,
somewhere,
you've got
I
no
thought.
inside knowledge. There you go.
There you go,
That's quite
guys.
an interesting one, that.
We know why we brought you this week.
There we go.
Just for that bit of...
It's mad
So-
that though, isn't it? Because you got that stat and people are still moaning about those players. And saying,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not good enough and all the rest of it. Come on.
I think it's... You got to take into consideration that we've played... Look, I know Jose fans out there are going to but they played for Jose Mourinho for half a season where we didn't have the best of seasons. And that's why I kind of feel sorry for Ali at this moment in time, because yes, he can do things differently and we should be doing better against Wolves and so on. But people are almost, United are sixth, Ollie's, the wheels are falling. But it's like, we wouldn't even have a chance of top four if it wasn't for him coming in.
To be fair, like the reaction after Arsenal was a lot worse in a way than the recent Wolves one. A lot of people, like, they're reacting to more of what the board could have done, the players that have stuck around. And I like that, because usually our fans are like going more for the manager, could have done this, because what Ollie could have done compared to the Wolves game previously was change up the system. He come into this game, played more of like a 4-4-2. He had Jesse and Ron play off each other. They missed their chances in the game. Our players didn't put them away. You got Chris Smalling slipping all over the shop. I don't know who's allowed him on that pitch, but he was shocking that night. Overall, I think Chris Smalling should actually stick around in the squad, because in certain games when he's coming up against a big striker and he's not got to play with the ball too much, and it's what a team like Brighton or something like Glenn Murray that he needs to deal with, it might work. But overall, like, if you look at the first Wolves game, I was just thinking, imagine having Koulibaly there. When you look at him for Napoli, picks the ball up and just like goes forward, and then he drags the whole team forward. And we didn't have that in the first game against Wolves. We're almost just like waiting for someone to bring the ball forward, and you only got that in Lindelof. So both strikers were on Lindelof and just allowing Smalling the ball, and the quality compared with Smalling and the rest of like the top four, I'd say. Not Arsenal, obviously they're getting into the top four, but Arsenal haven't got those top centre backs. The quality is different, man. It's absolutely different.
Do you think? I don't agree with that. I don't think it's Smalling's fault. Sorry, I don't think it was Smalling's fault at all for the Wolves game. I thought the first one was Fred. Smalling didn't do anything wrong for the first goal. Fred loses it. Young plays everyone on side. The second one, I know Smalling's his own goal, but De Gea's got to do better there. It's De Gea and Jones. Smalling's got no chance with that. It's like the Alderweireld one against Liverpool the other day. I won't blame him for that. That's Lloris. You've got to be, either clear it or catch it or do something. And he just sort of, him and Jones between him, didn't give Smalling much of a chance.
I'm not saying it was his fault for the goals.
Lindelof gets shoved off when the lad hits the bar as well. So he didn't cover himself in glory.
I
just think Smalling's an easy target. I don't want to keep going on about Paris, but he was up against Mbappe. And he had a worldie. He did have such an amazing
Is this a segue to Abdullah?
But what I'm saying is,
where did you know Paris, Abdullah? Every podcast or every video.
That night in Paris, when I went there.
when Mason Greenwood looks into my eyes.
You did have some great pictures from that, innit?
There was, some good memories. But
mate, if I was in Paris, I wouldn't stop talking about it either.
You were in Moscow though.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't stop talking about it. Mate, it's part of my password for everything, and has been for the last 11 years.
There you go.
That's how I just keep going on about it.
Thanks for letting the 20,000
You won't be able to figure it out.
Mine is the treble date is always part of mine.
Is it? Yeah, they're the numbers.
260599. That's not my password, so you have to remember the rest.
I'm going to try that.
It'll be like Adam first, and then
that's definitely your security key on your online banking anyway, so I've got that at least.
No, it's not actually. It's close.
I thought you were just going to say it then.
Got no money anyway. Come for me.
What were we on about then, Chris Smalling?
Well,
I feel sorry for
I
feel sorry for Chris Smalling, mate.
I
think Chris Smalling. We were saying it on the preview the other day. Imagine Chris Smalling as a third choice centre half. Oh, I'd be buzzing with that. Chris Smalling is a centre half.
But that's what I'm saying. I'd still keep in the squad. A lot of people are being reactionary and saying sell him this that after that one game. But my point is that in the last two Wolves games, I'm saying the difference between Laporte, Van Dijk, those centre-backs that bring the ball out and allow your team to play higher, allow the likes of Abdullah, if he's the right back in that game, to push up and make the movement. Whereas like they just give, for example, Wolves are just allowing Smalling to have the ball. And he's not, defenders these days at the top level, when you look around Europe, they're breaking the lines, like they're bringing the ball forward and they're understanding the games a lot better. That's my point. There's a game for Smalling at Manchester United every season, and I'd keep him. I'm just saying his general play in that Wolves game. I'm not talking about the second goal. Should have probably done a bit better. Same as De Gea, same as Jones there. But I'm saying his general play, his reading of the game wasn't too great. They were getting around him too easily. And as soon as he comes up with those caliber of players, not like a Giroud or something, he struggles when it's not just a target man.
It's annoying, isn't it? Because against Watford, I thought that Smalling and Jones were the two best players on the park. I thought they played brilliant, and I thought they were really playing for that joint testimonial, which is probably going to happen, isn't it? That Chris Smalling, Phil Jones joint testimonial is going to happen. I
remember saying on here that like nobody would really turn up to their testimonials, and then like 2 weeks later, Phil Jones kind of said the same in an interview. I felt sorry. It was like only my mum and dad would be there anyway, and it was like
Chris Smalling would be all right. He'd let people bring the dogs. Be sound. I'd go for it.
There'd be more people at his testimonial than there would be for City's FA Cup semi-final.
There would.
That's mad, isn't it? Like, I know it's a bit of a. I don't want to start talking about City because they're having such a great season, but it's crazy that I remember '99 you couldn't get a ticket.
No.
You know what I mean? 08 you couldn't get a ticket.
Any of the big games like that last month, home or away, they were like rocking
solid. Yeah. Because I used to have a membership at that time, and you'd have to fill in the pad and send it off and wait for the tickets to land on your doorstep. And it was difficult to get tickets even for in 08, and these guys could do a quadruple, and we're seeing empty seats.
It's not even about comparing it to 99 and 08. Compare it to modern day Sunderland.
Yeah.
Who are packing out their ground.
But it's mad, they promote it on Twitter for like 20 quid.
I don't mind.
FA Cup semi-final, 20 quid, mate.
Not going to Wembley.
I might go.
I get that.
Just to go.
Just a semi-final, like that.
Semi-final, right, to Wembley. I get that, because it is a day do, and I seldom do aways anymore because of the cost. I just do home.
And it shouldn't be at Wembley.
But, I was watching them the other night, I was flicking over, and even at home, in a must-win game, when you're playing the best football ever, and it's half empty, you just think that's what gets me. Is like you can't bother going.
But they've got the most fans in Manchester, though, innit?
Exactly. I just think,
biggest myth.
Right, back to the main topic. The BBC did an article today, Thursday, Wednesday the 3rd of April. They did it. Today's Thursday. Manchester United could let as many as 6 players leave this summer as they prepare to back new boss Oli in the transfer market.
Okay.
Names mentioned, obviously uncertainty over the futures of Herrera, Mata and Sanchez, but I don't think they're including them as the 6.
Oh, okay.
So what are the 6 players?
Oh, I thought you meant they'd actually leave.
No, because look, it says here, Man United could let as many as 6 players leave this summer.
Right.
However, their plans are complicated by uncertainty over the futures of Herrera and Sanchez. So it's almost like they want to let 6 go.
Yeah.
But these 3 might go.
They wanted to keep them.
Yeah.
But them 3 want to go. Yeah. So they're going to have to get rid of them. The Herrera one's mad, innit? This weekend, I remember, because obviously after all the rumours came out, this weekend, I can't remember who I said it to. I hope it wasn't on Full-Time Devils. But I said to someone, there is no way that Herrera will leave. And then now it's looking pretty much.
I thought last summer he was going. I thought he was always going. Last summer, I actually thought he was going. He was just set up, I think, 3 seasons, and I did a bit of like a thread about it on Twitter, and I was like, 3 seasons, none of the managers fancied him, and his quality was good enough to be in the side. There was games where you're like, this is made for Herrera, and he just wouldn't get in the team. And then he had like the likes of Fellaini, Matic, and like McTominay at times. He's been good for us recently, but all those 3 starting in midfield didn't have anything different. And then you're like, where's Herrera? If you're not starting Pogba, at least Herrera. And he's just. And then you look at Van Gaal as well. At times he should have been ahead of Rooney in the side. He wasn't.
That was annoying.
And it's just so frustrating that it never landed for him, and he's had a bit of a waste of time here. And I don't know if he's definitely going to be starting over the coming seasons, and that might play in his mind. If PSG have promised him, you're going to come in, you're going to get this role as the experienced midfielder, we're going to stick you in that midfield, then that might be the reason he's gone, and it's unfortunate. He's one of my favourite players.
I think there could be something to do with. You look at his age, he's like approaching 30 years old. You look at, like, apparently he wanted 200k from United, and I think we're seeing a knock-on effect now from the Sanchez deal.
Definitely, yeah.
In kind of the money that, because if Sanchez is worth 379k a week, then Herrera's definitely worth 200k a week, but Sanchez isn't worth that, so you can't give Herrera that, and then it's like,
why?
It's affecting everything. And I think what you got to think about here is Herrera's approaching probably his last big contract, his last big deal, and this is how players think. Where can I get the best deal for myself? Am I going to win trophies at Manchester United? We've got to be honest. We're not that club that we once were, that we were guaranteed to win trophies. And I think a move to Paris Saint-Germain for someone like Herrera, he has no ties to the club. It kind of makes sense for him. Yeah, but he get a guaranteed league title every season, so he sees his career out with trophies. Yeah. And he'd stack some major P. I think if United were to offer him the money, he'd probably take it. But
I don't think it's the right thing, anyways, to be just dishing out the biggest contracts now, because we're just digging ourselves into a hole.
but I find it's like Herrera's the weird one to start with.
Yeah,
Do you know what
I
I mean?
get you.
Like,
I get you.
Like you have to start somewhere, but we've been handing out contracts
Jones and
to
Ashley
players
Young
that
one,
deserve less.
So if
than
you
him.
didn't,
I agree with you, Mac.
Yeah.
I think it is the Sanchez thing. It's a knock-on effect. So if you're Herrera, you're looking at a player who plays less than you. Because Sanchez doesn't get in the team.
Yeah.
Herrera does.
That's why it's annoying that
You know,
he dictates.
And like you say, he's 29,
That's
isn't
what
it?
we're doing.
Last
28,
big, 28, 29. Last big deal. You know, it's a short career. And you think, it might even come down to principle. You think, I'm asking for 170, 180, they're offering me 2. I'm offering for 2, sorry. They're offering me 170. It might just be that principle of, you know, I'm asking what I think I'm valued, and you're just refusing to give it me. Do you know, I'm not having it. And it is a shame, because I think Herrera, like has been mentioned, even hopefully we'll bring in another midfielder. I think we need to, and there's a chance he might not be a starter, but I think you need him in your squad.
If Herrera goes, I think you need 3 then rather than 2.
Exactly. Like much of our transfer policy, like what Abdullah was saying, you know, giving big contracts to some of the players that ultimately I don't think anyone would cry too much about if they did leave, and yet you've got a player that you want to keep. It's going to cost you what, an extra 30k a week to keep him.
But I'm saying is
you
could have
no.
subsidised that from the Jones situation. If you didn't re-sign Jones on that contract, which is just going to be paying out, whilst he's actually had a good recent 2 games, but overall he's not going to be in that side.
I think it's unfair. Like, look, I think I'm not Phil Jones' massive fan. I'm not a massive fan of Phil Jones. I'm not a massive fan of Chris Smalling. But I feel it's unfair to when one player's not getting a deal he wants, you then say, oh, but Smalling and
but they have
Smalling and Jones are going to accept whatever's put in front of them.
No, I'm not saying.
It's like
I'm not talking.
And it's like I feel like it's not.
But
it's not their fault that Herrera's not getting the deal.
No, it's not the players' fault. What I'm saying is the board giving them that contract. It's the board's fault. They shouldn't have offered them that contract. If he's not, look at it this way. If Tuanzebe comes back,
how frustrating is it?
I don't think Phil Jones and Smalling must be on what? 120?
It's not massive.
It's a lot of money
over the years.
That's not a big amount.
Yeah, Sanchez is the big one, of course.
But you know, I mean, you can argue.
It does have an effect.
Argue, no matter what the contract, you can argue. Look at how much the money the Glazers take out of the club. Do you know what I mean? You've got to go down that road. So it's like
how frustrating is it, right? We keep talking about Sanchez. How
20K
frustrating is it that he is dictating so much of what we have to spend at the minute, or it feels like we do, because he's dog shit. He is not. He cannot be at Manchester United beyond the
Interesting
summer.
that you went for dog shit with Sanchez and all that.
Alexis, just get rid.
Whatever it's called.
Atom and Humber, aren't they? I actually follow that Instagram account. His dogs on that Instagram account are more entertaining than he is on a football pitch.
Do you know what,
you need to get rid of him this summer.
It's not his fault. Bought him. Did anyone say why are we getting him? I fucking didn't.
A lot of the players that we've signed that haven't worked out. Go on, guys.
It's not that I didn't question him. I didn't. If someone said, "Do you think he's going to be good?" I'd be like, "Yeah, I think he's going to be great. He's a great player." But in the back of my mind, it worried me that we were only signing him so City didn't get him, which is the only reason we signed him. Because we weren't even interested in him. If it was Juventus that were interested in him and not Man City, we wouldn't have gone anywhere.
See, I was buzzing. I was buzzing that we were signing him because I thought we missed something on the right, and he's capable of playing on the right.
Yeah.
But if you look at the back end of him joining, Martial, he had what games was it? I think it was Stoke, Everton, Burnley. 3 amazing games. I think that was like one of his best runs at Manchester United up there, definitely. And he comes in and then he takes Martial out the side. He tries to fit Jesse, Martial and Sanchez in the game against Spurs away. After that, it doesn't work. And it was almost a reason for him to take Tony out the team. And he took him out the team. And then that's it. Sanchez has to be playing his favourite position on the left. But we know that he's capable of playing on the right.
That's it. Well,
didn't use him properly.
But we've been saying that since he signed, haven't we? We've been saying that. We've been thinking he would be put on the right-hand side. And everyone obviously went back to his Barcelona days and said he scored loads of goals there. And we just never saw it happen.
I
think he's just done it,
yeah. I think we looked at the back end of his Arsenal career and everyone thought he's got the ump. That's why he's not playing well.
Yeah.
That's why he's not performing. But I think he's actually faded. He'd faded as a player. He wasn't the player who was.
Some theories about Alexis Sanchez, but I don't think this is the place for me to say it.
Even in form.
I told you.
What?
Nothing. Have I told you my theories on Alexis
Sanchez? It's not about
Sanchez?
sexuality or anything like that.
Let's not be...
No, move on.
Even in
Him and his dogs.
Even in form, Alexis Sanchez gives the ball away an awful lot.
This is the last time you'll come on this podcast. I've got enough legal worries with him every week.
We got our title sorted, I think.
You just keep little theories to yourself.
Just notice, just look at his
See,
Instagram
Alexis
page.
Sanchez
So he's always on his own or with his dog. That's all I'm saying.
He's a dog lover.
That's because who's taking the pictures,
His
though?
boyfriend. I'm joking. It's nothing to do with that. Carry on.
And it wouldn't be anything wrong if he was. Right.
There's nothing wrong. I'm just saying why to keep it quiet.
Come on. You were saying something that wasn't legally worrying.
I don't know. I was saying he's just finished.
He's gone in the summer. How much?
No, but is he?
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah. Well, we thought that
Is
about
he?
everyone else, didn't we?
If he goes, it's gonna have to be one of them ones, a football manager, where you're paying half the wages for the rest of their contract. Like we're not. I read in football leagues that, and I know, take it with a pinch of salt, but I read that he was on like 379k a week, and then he gets like 73 grand for every start. Probably why he hardly starts a game.
Is that fucking?
Because then if he's starting games, he's on like
it's the bonuses
460,
that's
and
messing
then,
everything up.
And
That's
then
what I
like other
think,
players
yeah.
are like, yo, this geezer's crap. How come he's getting 3? That's why Pogba's talking. That's why all these players are gonna start getting itchy feet and thinking, what's going on? Because Alexis Sanchez has ruined our wage.
I'm going to try and find something for you in a sec, but did you hear the story about that Jose came out and spoke about recently about the player in his Rolls Royce?
Oh,
Did you all hear
Yeah, we
about
spoke
that?
about that yesterday.
Did speak about this?
Yeah.
We'll go over it again. What was it?
So he basically said there was a player that wanted to leave separately from the team in a Rolls Royce.
This is Jose, this.
He didn't mind if it was from like the Etihad or something, but because it was from London, he thought the player should travel back with the team.
No, I think it's the other way around. He said when we usually go London.
Yeah, stay in London if you want with family.
Stay in London if they want, and I've seen the players at Arsenal stay in London, so I was like, oh, it makes sense. But
Burnley one.
Yeah, because his
it must have
cousins
been
and all that,
Burnley
his
or
family are
Huddersfield.
from London. Yeah.
Apparently it's Burnley or Huddersfield. It was one of them.
Yeah.
Regardless of what it was,
yeah.
basically Jose is trying to say Pogba wanted to jump in a Rolls Royce. First
Hang
things
on,
first.
hang on.
He didn't say
What
his
I would
name.
say, he's
Hang on.
trying to.
Yeah.
Like that's what.
Nah.
What I would say about
Pogba.
Jose is,
You
please
don't.
just shut the fuck up because you deserve.
No,
to get
it is
sacked, and thank
Pogba
God
because
you did.
he's got like a driver that drives everywhere for certain
Like,
reasons. That can't
Come
be
on.
said.
So basically,
Why
right?
is this like Van Gaal talking the other day about like you deserve to get all this revisionism,
Yeah, this
Like
with
people-
Van Gaal saying how great he was. Mate, I was doing crosswords at Old Trafford. Seriously,
Mate,
with
Van
Gaal
Gaal's the
on
worst.
side. It was that boring.
Why
I
can't
didn't
they
see a
just
goal
keep
down
their
my
mouth
end for 4
shut?
months. We didn't see one goal down my end for 4 months, man. I've
Why
never,
could-
as a United fan, experienced anything like that.
I
I was
want.
by Stretford End, so we used to get all the goals
you
second
got-
half.
yeah. So I mean, like, honestly,
Yeah.
it was just ridiculous.
I want to go back to this Rolls Royce story because I want us to figure out which player it is that
I
he's
think
on
it's
about.
Pogba.
Right?
We know.
Because, no, we don't. We
It's
don't.
the guy he
We
tried to make
don't.
a scapegoat for so long.
I don't think it is, mate, because he's talking about a player who had a good game at a game which was 30 to 40 miles away. They were Jose's
Probably
exact
Burnley.
words.
To Burnley,
Huddersfield away, we won 2-0. Lukaku scored 2 goals. Lukaku's one of the
Nah, but he
5
didn't
players
say-
in our team who owns a Rolls Royce.
I can't see Lukaku.
I
being
can't
that
see.
much
I don't
of a
think
diva.
it's wrong. I don't think it's
I
wrong.
think he's a bit too.
And he said something apparently at the end of it.
Seems
It was
like
like
he's a
he
nice
was
guy.
one of the reasons that I had to end up going on a holiday or something like that. So
Yeah.
he's basically saying the play that pushed me out.
Oh,
and
right,
I don't
probably
think
wouldn't
it's
have been
wrong.
would it?
Nobody pushed you out.
No
apart
one
from
pushed him
you.
out, by the way. I'm saying from Jose's perspective. Don't attack me in the comments.
Attack him in the comments.
The thing is, you get attacked
Not in the
for
street.
saying Jose deserved to get sacked, which is,
Yeah.
it's like this revision. Like I say with Van Gaal, people seem to look back on Van Gaal like, oh, he should have got more time. People say it about David Moyes, oh, he should have got. No.
Okay, a slightly more controversial one that I think everyone will disagree on, that I think everyone looks back on with rose-tinted glasses. Nanny.
Fuck off.
Everyone tells me
I was gutted when Nanny
is the
went.
dog's
Not having that
bollocks.
one.
I was
Not
gutted
that
when
one.
Nanny went.
Nanny was
No,
not the dog's
no.
bollocks.
I was gutted when Nanny went.
Nanny was not as good as people say he is.
I was
Nah,
gutted
he
when
was
Nanny
good.
went.
He was
Nanny
good. He
was
was a
mint.
proper winger.
Yeah, he was. I mean,
Is that
he
what
could
you
be
needed?
frustrating. Don't get me wrong. Do you know what though?
We'd
Nanny,
find a
he was
cross.
good box office, wasn't
He needed Fergie.
winger.
He needed.
Nanny
Fergie.
needed Fergie. He needed someone like Fergie.
Do you know what? Do you
He'd
know what?
flourish under
Nanny
Solskjaer.
would
You see it
turn
under
up. If you-
Mourinho would break him.
Now, I know he had
Yeah.
a season where he was mint. I know that, but
than
elsewhere,
that.
right? No, he'd have
than
one
that.
mint 10 out of 10 game where you're like, this guy is. He's like him and Ronaldo. They are the 2 best players in the world. And then 15 games,
That was the
he'd be
problem,
nowhere.
People used
Nowhere to be
people
seen.
used to compare
be
him to
like
Ron-
he's the next
No.
Ronaldo, and that's the pressure.
Nanny
is
Like,
Nanny.
he's different.
Remember?
Man, not a
Remember
dog.
That affected.
when he
That
knocked us out of
affected
the
him.
Champions League, and we went down to 10 men, and he was up front on his own.
He scored that back heel.
He was a sick player. You're right. He had a few bad games, but even there was something about
The
that. Even when he was
frustrating-
even when he was
Yeah.
bad,
He's
It's not
trying.
quite endearing about him.
Yeah, he does
Like, I
try.
remember
He
watching-
definitely will.
Do you know what was endearing about him
A
when
lot
he was
of our
playing
players
bad? We were
currently
still
don't
winning
work hard.
games.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
only thing. That is the only thing.
Yeah.
He was mad, and he was like entertaining. He was a typical sort of mercurial winger. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
He could get behind.
Let me ask you this: how many wingers in Premier League era have been better than Nani for us?
For us,
Not even for like not many. Beckham, Giggs,
Valencia.
Ronaldo. No, not Valencia. Take that away. Beckham, Giggs, Ronaldo, obvious.
for us, I'd say
Kanchelskis.
I would-
Ashley
he was
Young.
meant for us.
But did he score in the Champions League final penalty shootout?
No.
Did he win? You know, like
Robin, would you say? Not for us, obviously. But
yeah, but
like,
Robin,
general.
yeah, better than him, yeah.
But not many.
But in the Premier League,
no,
yeah.
no. I mean, I agree. I don't think there's many.
Obviously, you got Perez, Lundberg, who were fantastic, but there's not. You wouldn't say there's 20 wingers that were better than.
Currently, there's a couple up
In
there,
Premier
like
League
with
history.
Sterling and stuff. But
I wouldn't
yeah.
say. Is he a winger though?
Nah, it's
He's
a
not a
game
goal-
change.
he's a
Game
goal scorer
change, yeah,
winger,
it's
innit?
different, innit? Now.
Hazard's definitely a winger.
To be honest, Nani probably the
Talking
type of
about
player that he
Hazard.
was would have been good in modern day football.
Talking about Hazard, Paul Pogba's had a bad few games,
Mm.
and I'm gonna get he's defending Pogba again, Pogba FC, all that.
Nah, you literally
Listen.
just said he's had a bad few games.
He's had a bad few games, yeah.
Yeah.
But how come, Hazard is regarded as one of these top 5 players in the world
Yeah,
when
he
he
can.
doesn't score many, he doesn't assist many, he has loads of off days, hardly shows up week in, week out. Yes, he does things that look great.
His
on the
numbers are
eye.
still impressive, by the way. this season.
Yeah, but people talk
Yeah, so
about him as if he
Pogba's, isn't
tucks 40, 50 goals
But I
a
think
season.
I
He
think with
doesn't.
Hazard,
And when
yeah.
Pogba's got double figures goals, double figures assists, absolutely tearing it up, kills it for club and country.
Yeah.
Obviously for United, he's had some dips in form, but so have we. And people even now, get rid of
I'll
what
tell
are
you what it is.
talking about?
People, the way they judge, for example, Hazard is like the way Chelsea are playing currently. It doesn't sort of suit what Hazard's got. They stick him up front with just playing off a striker. He's not actually playing his role. And then you look at De Bruyne. Obviously, I think he's just about managed to get an assist or a goal after a long time.
Go on, Kevin.
And so those players, you can be like injured with De Bruyne, but then Pogba, no one actually gives him. We're not actually playing the system around him. As soon as you shut him down, there's no one else to unlock us. Like, whereas City, you got Silva, you got all these players in midfield alongside De Bruyne, you got Gundogan, that can actually sort of pull them out the crap. But with Pogba, as soon as you shut him down, what can you do? And I think that's what's unfortunate with Pogba. There's no one else in our team that can be that guy from midfield, unfortunately, and that's affected Pogba. But people don't look at it like
Take some
that.
responsibility himself. in
Yeah,
terms
it
of
does. He does. He should have performed better recently.
I just
without a
find
doubt.
it mad.
Yeah.
The narrative with Pogba is so different to other, and it's mostly from Manchester United.
He'll never be
fans that I
judged
see it,
fairly.
and it's like,
Pogba will never be
I
judged
saw someone
fairly.
say the other day,
Yes.
just
Yes.
play McTominay, and I'm thinking, bruv, what
Yeah,
are
right,
you
that's a bit
on?
mad. That's a
madness,
mad thing
that.
to say.
I mean, I think that, it's not like the mutual excuse. You can say Paul Pogba's not been good enough and still want him to stay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he hasn't been good enough. Let's
He
face
hasn't.
facts. You know
Last
what I mean?
few weeks he hasn't
That's obvious. But do what us to sell him? Absolutely not. That's a massive step backwards. If you get rid of Paul Pogba, then you've got to buy another midfielder to replace him.
You got to buy a whole midfield.
Yeah, and it's like we just want to see the best out of him. And you're right. I think he's a very frustrating player. If I was a Chelsea fan, because when you've seen him on his day, how he can be amazing.
Nani's better than Hazard.
There you go.
Allow it.
He is.
I'm not too
He
sure
isn't.
about
Nah,
that.
I'd
he
say
isn't.
one thing I like about anyone's got to love about
No
Nani
chance.
was the games against Arsenal. He
Oh,
always turn up
But
against
what was your
Arsenal.
favourite thing?
Always.
Was it that goal that he definitely
Oh,
meant
no,
from
no,
the
no.
side
It was the
at
kick-ups,
Emirates?
mate.
Yeah,
They were fuming.
Taking the piss out
I
of
remember
us.
what sort of stuff they used to do at the top of the game.
Remember how Ronaldo did?
Greatest manager of all time,
Ronaldo
moaned
didn't
after the game that they were being mean to us. They weren't letting us.
And we had Raphael.
mate.
Was that the game we had Gibson in midfield? Was it Raphael and Fabio?
Nah, that was
4-0
seasons
one
later.
with
This
the
was when
keeper
Ronnie
piece
was there.
was,
Ronnie
The
was
FA
on the
Cup.
bench that game. Ronaldo was on the bench, and I was proper
he?
pissed off. Yeah, it was.
used
We
to
won
play
4-0.
FA Cup, yeah.
Darren Fletcher, 2 headers.
The FA Cup one.
Yeah, FA Cup. We had 2 FA Cup.
And it was Gallas,
before,
wasn't it,
yes.
that was trying to chase him.
Yeah,
and
it
he
was
was
Gallas.
doing the
It was
DP
I think it was Gallas and Abue.
Yeah. Of
Good
course
old
it
days.
was.
What's happened to Abue? I heard he's gone bankrupt recently. It's a bit of a mad
A lot of footballers have money issues.
mad.
That you don't. It's because they go
Invest.
from.
Yeah.
You're getting guaranteed 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 grand
Splashing
a
it
week or
like a
whatever you are.
madness.
Obviously more now. And then when you quit or you retire or you're injured, you've got 0 coming in. And it's like,
but look on the
hey,
plus
to
side.
go
In
from
5
that
years,
to
they
that.
might want to get into
That's the
YouTube.
reason for your last contract, you want as much as you can get from it.
and if you had a good your dad like mine, he'd make you save and stuff. But if you haven't got the benefit of one of those, then I can see how it could easily spiral out.
Invest
And
your
you're
dollar.
like a footballer that you never have to pay any. You've got all the money in the world.
Yeah,
You don't
yeah.
have to pay for anything.
Yeah. And people don't understand either. If you're a massively talented footballer, you're living your life like that in luxury for 15, 20 years of your life, then that can warp people's minds, innit? And it can detach you so much from how real life is that when they get back into it and they've got to get like almost a real job.
That's why Jesse started, mate. That's why he's got a clothing brand.
Exactly. And that's why these
People don't
players
see
are
that.
doing
That's
it.
why
though,
you
innit?
have to look after
Yeah,
yourself.
you have to do. You have to do
in a
things outside of
tasteful
football.
way. I don't think you can. You have to be, mad about it and embarrassing about it. But you have to look. It's good to see players looking out for themselves and starting. Because what people don't realise as well is, we'll use Jesse as an example. When he's starting that clothing brand, he's putting his family into work. He's giving jobs to his family. He's doing it. So
His
like
friends,
people see it as
everything.
like, it's an absolute image thing, and it's
Yeah.
he's selling clothes and he's becoming bigger.
It's
than
his
what he is.
passion as well.
But
isn't it?
really, he's like
It's not a bad
giving
passion.
people jobs and
Yeah.
if you're in that position where you can put your family on, then
I don't get the criticism of that, especially from people like Gary Neville and that. Like a player starting a clothing line, he's not going out drinking 12 pints and smashing someone's head in. Do you know what I mean? In his spare time, it's just so. Who cares? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with him
Not
doing
spitting through
something?
car
That's
windows,
not.
is it?
It's not really.
Yeah.
It's not really distracting him from his football, really, is it? He's not turning up to training because he's looking at fabrics. It's just it's a nonsense. Do you know what I mean? Like
They were
there's
kicking off
bigger
about
fish to fry than
the party that he threw like the week before and like
I
the
get
opening
things
thing.
like that. Always
But the opening thing that he had, there was loads of fans that were turning up and he was having a moment with the fans. He was signing things for them. He was meeting them. He actually created something for the fans on that day. So instead of him going out like drinking and doing crazy stuff like that players that are talking crap about him now were doing back in the day, like he's doing something for the fans and with his friends and his family. What's bad about that? And it's not harmed his training. It's not affected anything he's done. I just think they're just trying to find something to talk about.
I don't being funny, but if that's
It's just
if
not
if
something
that's
that bothers
something
me,
you
if
can
I'm being
complain
honest,
about,
yeah.
something
Doesn't.
like that.
I don't care.
Yeah.
It's stupid,
Don't
man.
care.
Don't
care.
care. Don't care. Don't
Where
care.
is Andy?
He can't make today.
Listen.
He's got other engagements, but don't worry, we'll be back soon.
Be back soon. Hey
Yeah,
guys.
Buzzing.
And we're kicking me out next week.
I was thinking,
Don't worry,
then,
guys.
can you imagine if Gary Neville brought out a fashion brand?
What would it be called?
Oh,
Neville.
jeez. It'll be called like
Neville.
Attack of the Day, wouldn't it?
Him and Phil.
That's what it would be called, wouldn't it? Him and
Makes
oh
sense.
Him
no,
and Phil
Real
with a
Dim and
clothing
Dumb.
brand. Oh, man.
Is anyone else just really disappointed with Gary Neville?
Yeah.
I just don't like some of the shit that he's coming out with.
You mean as a
recently,
pundit,
really.
obviously?
Well,
Not as a player, because he was
as
as a
he's
player.
one of my heroes. and-
Yeah.
He is.
For what it's worth,
It's
like
just like-
Phil Neville, absolutely top bloke. Like some of the stuff he does under the radar as well. Phil Neville, he does a lot of good
I
stuff.
think
that
with
'cause
Gary,
you've
I think with
interviewed
Gary
him
Neville,
twice? Yes.
have you ever seen him at Hotel Football?
Go
When he
for
does-
the third.
When he does his Q&A at Hotel Football, he's great, and he's more down to earth, and he's more honest, and he just says it as it is. I think when you get him on Sky,
It's a Sky
I think he's
thing,
got
innit?
that thing in his head if he doesn't want to be too biased, and I think sometimes he goes a bit too far the other way.
Yeah, it's too
where he's-
controversial.
Yeah, well, you know, we know he's United through and through, so just you can look at Carragher grabbing the mic and cheering and all that garbage. I don't expect Gary Neville to do that, but you can be a bit honest about the fact you want United to win and that you're a United fan.
United are held to different standards, though, innit? I think if United, I'm defending him after criticising him, which is a bit weird, but just find yourself doing to your heroes. But if a United legend does that, it's he's so biased. And
Yeah.
but when it's Liverpool, I'm not trying to say
Passion,
they're a smaller club. I know they're sitting top of, but if someone from Liverpool is kind of like,
Well, they are a small club,
he's
you know.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it sounds like I'm speaking about, I don't know, Salford City. or
Right,
something.
I'm with you.
Like, it's kind of people allow it a little bit. Like if Matt Letizia has been hyper biased to Southampton, people are like, oh yeah.
It's like Jeff
Yeah.
Stelling
Oh,
with
yeah,
Hartlepool.
yeah,
Jeff
like,
Stelling with
fine,
yeah, but if
Hartlepool,
it's
innit?
United,
Yeah, that's
and
just
it's
that's
like,
just the
wait.
same concept
But
as
didn't
like
you
you're
love
not
his-
allowed to
didn't you
take the
love his
piss out
rant,
of short
though, Macca?
people, but you are allowed to
Right.
take the piss
Who's
out of
rant?
tall people.
Gary
Yeah.
Neville's rant
About.
when he ranted when it looked like we were going to sack Jose.
No,
and
I
he
thought
just,
it was wrong.
did you?
I
I thought that was like.
I thought he saved Jose when Jose should have got the chop.
Really? You think that saved Jose's
I think that
job?
made Ed Woodward think there's a swell of support for what he's saying.
Right, really.
Maybe I should just.
Because I didn't mind that. I thought he was.
And-
I thought it was
and
pretty bang on.
he-
Because regardless of what you thought about Jose, the way the club was being run
But
is a
I
shambles.
always agree with that. Like this is the thing that happens. Like people come back to me now and say,
Jose was right. I told you Jose. I agreed with Jose on so much about Manchester United, on our board, on the way we were ran, on the way we do our business. Everything I agreed with him on. What I can't agree with you on is you pulling the wool over my eyes, all of the fans' eyes, and serving up that. Before we go, Wallies of the Weeks. I am Madam McKola.
Can you pick one?
Yeah, who's your Wally of the Week? We'll come that way.
Bonucci, definitely.
Oh,
Yeah,
nah.
that's
That's it.
Do you know what? I was racking my brains, and he's absolutely smashed it out of the park.
I think it's the first week we'll all agree.
You know what's annoying, man? Like, Bonucci is one of my favourite players. Like, I just love watching him defend. I love watching him play. And when he comes out with that, it's so weird how they defend it.
Now you know why he's such a good defender. He's usually chasing down some brown or black bloke thinking, let me catch him!
Come here!
Yeah, Bonucci has to be Wally of the Week.
Mate, I'm not even going to slightly
As a
disagree
bit,
with that
it's just confusing, right?
Crazy,
So he said
man.
it was 50-50. So obviously 50 on the fan side saying that they're racist, and then what's the other 50 that
He
he's
shouldn't
black?
have done that. He shouldn't have done that.
You know what I mean?
celebration.
What I loved was, we'll get a screenshot of this because I'll find it. But when he put up like all the Juventus players hashtag say no to racism, look, hashtags don't do anything, but all of his Juventus teammates did that or something similar. Bonucci was the only one that didn't on Instagram, so he just spoke about the result. John Terry liked his post.
Did it?
Yeah. John Terry. But John Terry, to be fair, follows him from before. But it's just ironic.
John
innit?
Terry
It's
was
ironic.
in the crowd, that's why.
I unfollow
I love that
Bonucci
lad.
on platforms.
Don't give them
Hey, he was
peace wanters.
he was one of the fans.
Snowflakes.
It's mad because I made sure to unfollow Bonucci everywhere. I mean, that's it. I was
That'll
pissed.
teach him.
That'll teach him.
Yeah.
I've done followed
So
you.
he was sitting on unfollower.com.
Yeah.
Like, oh no, Abdullah's gone.
We better release a statement.
It's done.
You agree with that, Wally of the Week?
Yeah, 100%.
You enjoyed your debut on the podcast?
Hey, it's been fun. I've been able to swear and everything. It's
Have you
been
seen why radio's dead?
bloody brilliant.
Radio.
This is it,
Radio,
mate.
radio is not dead. You can catch
Leave
Gaz
the dark
on
side.
what's it called, Fix Radio.
Fix Radio. We're on DAB or online or on app.
I got DAB in the car. I can
Get
use
on
that
it, man.
now.
Fix Radio. We're right
Dab
behind
radio.
Gadio, which is where you want to be.
Is that real?
Yeah, real
That
radio
sounds like
station.
that sounds like a stupid thing I would have said in school.
No, real radio station called
Yeah.
Gadio in Manchester.
Like, your dad's favourite station is.
It's actually
we
Gadio.
were very stupid in school, and we don't condone
We're not
that
stupid
nowadays
anymore.
In 2019, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, thank you for watching the full time.
Tell you who does like Gadio.
Your dad.
Alexis Sanchez.
Oh no! Hey!
He does. It's his favourite radio station.
Anyway,
Hey.
Gaz can't be homophobic because he is. Anyway, we're off. We're done. Thank you for watching Full Time Devils podcast. Abdullah, thank you. Jay, cheers for turning up again. Gaz, we're definitely not getting on iTunes this week. Keep it locked. Like, comment, share, subscribe. If you're watching on SoundCloud or Spotify, then leave us a review as well, and we'll see you later.